And it is now my honor and privilege to invite the President of the 69th session of the General Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Kahamba Kutesa, to address the meeting.
Thank you. The President of ECOSOC, Mr. Secretary General, honorable ministers from the participating countries, Excellencies, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to join the Secretary General in thanking the President of ECOSOC, His Excellency Martin Sajik, for his leadership and for organizing this special meeting. We are meeting at a time when the most affected countries of Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone continue to deal with the daunting challenges posed by the Ebola epidemic. I'd like to express my gratitude for the support and solidarity the people and government of the most affected countries continue to receive from the international community. I also commend the ongoing work of the UN Mission for Emergency Ebola Response, UNOMEA, and other international health workers who remain on the front lines at great sacrifice to combat this epidemic. There is a notable improvement as a result of a scaled-up response of national authorities, as well as the resolve and support of regional and international partners such as the African Union and the United Nations. However, there is a lot more that remains to be done, as the progress is uneven. With more than 16,000 confirmed cases and over 6,000 reported deaths so far, the outbreak of Ebola has had a deep and tragic and devastating impact on these countries. We should continue to focus on combating the epidemic and alleviating the suffering inflicted on families, communities, and countries of that region. The current crisis has put in sharp focus the need for building strong and resilient institutions, in this case, health infrastructure, especially in post-conflict countries. It is essential that beyond the immediate challenges, we pay great attention to the socio-economic recovery of the affected countries from the impact of Ebola, which threatens to derail their sustainable development efforts so far achieved. In this context, long-term recovery will require significant mobilization of resources, infrastructure development, and capacity building. The sustained commitment of the international community and the UN system will be critical. The affected countries' health, as well as other socio-economic infrastructure, need to be built back and better and improved so as to safeguard against future crises. Today's special meeting of ECOSOC is therefore timely, as it provides a platform for better understanding of the threat posed by the Ebola epidemic to sustainable development. Excellencies, the Ebola epidemic has had serious socio-economic impacts that are acutely felt by the three most affected countries. According to the World Bank, the effect of the Ebola epidemic on sub-Saharan Africa's economy is expected to be around $3 to $4 billion. It is also estimated that the short-term GDP growth rate projections in 2014 decreased from 4.5 to 2.4 in Guinea, from 5.9 to 2.5 in Liberia, and from 11.3 to 8% for Sierra Leone. There are also reports by the International Fund for Agricultural Development that up to 40% of farms have been abandoned in the most affected areas. UNICEF estimates show that at least 7,500 children have lost one or two parents to Ebola. While schools have remained closed indefinitely, leaving an estimated 5 million children out of school. As we begin negotiations on the post-2015 development agenda, it is important to underscore the interlinkages amongst the socio-economic and environmental dimensions of sustainable development. While Ebola is a primary health issue, it has far-reaching implications on other sectors, including education, sanitation, and the economy as a whole. As you are aware, the three most affected countries have been on the agenda of the Peace-Building Commission and had made great strides in post-conflict peace-building over the years, especially in security, governance, political stability, social cohesion, and economic recovery. I'd like to commend the Peace-Building Commission for its efforts towards supporting the affected countries. Prior to this crisis, Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone had made significant progress and were on an encouraging growth trajectory. The severe impact of Ebola has the potential to reverse the peace-building strides made in the most affected countries. Going forward, the continued support of member states and the UN system, multilateral institutions, and other partners will be crucial. I look forward to the ideas and proposals from this important discussion on the threat of Ebola to sustainable development and how the international community can support national governments and regions to address these challenges. I thank you.
I thank the President of the General Assembly, His Excellency Mr. Sam Kutesa, for his statement.